The cheapest seats are $2,600.
Sounds about right. It sounds about right.
That is my mortgage payment 1 month for one goddamn person.
Mm-hmm.
James Dolan, you have fucking played yourself. And how much of a meat rider is Adam Silver to put LeBron on our opening day? Like now, for years we have waited to be good and win a championship. Now we win a championship, and we got LeBron opening day to kind of take away from our shine.
I don't think it's that. I think it's based upon money. He knows that's going to sell tickets. He knows that's going to be one of the most highest viewed opening games of the season in a long time. So he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
100%, man. But yo,
who's not focused on the money? Maybe he is, and it didn't work out. Your boy Keyshawn. I mean, we could transition into that. It wasn't the best transition, but I'll just bring it up real quick. I know, it's been a talk around the boxing community where Devin Haney team offered Keyshawn $3 million. He wasn't thrilled about that $3 million. Wanted to go to purse bid. Went to purse bid. He got $2 something, and then I guess he thought going into purse bid he would get more, got less, and then pull out of the fight. So I want to ask a question. Quick question. Do you consider that a duck? Because it's not typical where somebody's calling you out and you're the champion and you avoid the fight. You didn't get a fight that you wanted based on the money, and you pulled out of the fight. So it's not a typical duck, but do you still consider it a duck?
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's named Keyshawn Davis. Or
what?
Devin Haney definitely on my hit list, and we making that happen 2026.
You scared of me, bro.
What the hell is you so scared of? Hey, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So-called Debo. Debo might get hit with a brick. Hey, where the hell Debo at? We looking for you.
Why not give it a go? The duck said, how about no? Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Yeah, everyone says he's food, but everyone quacks and runs away.
Okay.
To Twitter, to Instagram, everywhere but the ring. So are they ducks? They the biggest ducks. Those are turkeys, Thanksgiving stuffing turkeys, bro. Scared to death of this man. And I don't understand it because everyone's claiming he has no power. Let's be honest. That was the most money he was going to make.
I thought $3 million was a sufficient amount. I'm not in his camp at all. I'm not close to anybody in his camp, so I can't say.
I looked it up, and it may not be true, but that would have been his biggest purse.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I looked it up. It could be wrong.
Okay.
We're not accountants or nothing.
Right.
They said that was the biggest purse he was going to get.
Yeah. I don't know how exactly to call it. I think it is a form of a duck. I'm just not going to say that it's a top tier duck. I'll say it's a form of ducking because, again, he's calling him out, and he's been calling him out for a while. And,
Wait, what do you mean a form of a ducking?
A form of a duck.
Misidentifying himself?
Right, yeah, like maybe he's like a goose or something. I don't know. Nah. But I say that because, he was the one calling him out. And in the streets, if there's no money in the streets when people fight in the streets, so it's easier to call somebody the street name, you soft, or bitch ass, or you didn't really want it, or what I'm saying, whatever, you could say all that. But in boxing, because it's a business, the thought process behind ducking, there's a little extra to it because money is involved.
Of course.
So the fact that, he was the one calling him out, I don't want to go right out and just say he's a duck, but I will say, seeing how he calls himself the businessman, this at the very least is bad for business.
100%.
At the very least, and it's coming somewhat typical and custom for the businessman to perform bad business.
But another reason people say, just to throw you more of an alley, but more of a reason people say the ducking thing or people not fighting Devin Haney was because of weight. And he recently showed he's not that weight at all.
Shout out to all the weight police out there.
Oh, this guy is huge. And then he goes on live and maybe it was AI. I don't know. Maybe it was AI. He showed this weight and it's nowhere near 180. Right. So I don't know. I'm just saying, duck sauce.
Another fighter that I want to talk about, because it was both on our mind, and it's crazy that you called me and told me about it, and you know we both saw the same video. So recently, there's been an interview with Ring Magazine having Teofimo Lopez and his father on.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you. I watched this interview and I probably just as confused before and after the, like, I don't even understand how they have like a conversation with each other. It's a little confusing.
It's whatever it is good.
And we're going to get him because I want to get him.
We don't need to get him.
We're going to get him in the future.
Let's spill out. I got to take my actions when I'm wrong.
We got to forget about the past.
Say that again.
We don't need to get him.
We're going to get him in the future.
I got to take my actions when I'm wrong.
We got to forget about the past.
Huh?
I will say this. What I took from that interview, and this is very broad, but what I took from it, they're in a state of a mixture of reality and delusion. There's some things that they say, it makes sense, and then some things that they say, I don't get it. But Teofimo Lopez's dad, he is stuck on that fight with Shakur. He kept bringing it up over and over and over, and he is extremely stuck on that fight.
Not only that, did it come off as someone who is delusional in the way he hears things, like almost such a poor communicator where he's not listening to his son at all? Hey, this is what I feel, but I feel this way. He's not listening to his son and accepting his son's whatever his son was expressing. He's just listening and responding. It's no, damn, I get it. Maybe I could see it that way. Man, if that's what goes on camera, could you imagine what goes on off camera?
Well, I imagine it's worse because I think about 2 or 3 times Lopez Sr. said, I don't want to argue with you. So just the fact that he said, I don't want to argue, it probably most of the time they do have a back and forth.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I wouldn't say it was a hard watch, but it was hard to understand where they was coming from because they was talking about so many different things.
Yeah.
And again, every single little piece of conversation that they had, Lopez Sr. kept going back to the Shakur fight. And it just confused me. Because I know Teofimo Lopez wants to move forward past it, the fighter, but then the dad keeps bringing it up, and it was just a little awkward to me.
Putting people on the pound for pound list that don't deserve it. You understand? I mean, this kid Shakur was on the pound for pound list. The odds were 4-1 against my son when my son was a champion, actually undisputed, because he beat Josh Taylor, and they got him as the underdog. You know, it's like the whole industry on top of him. You know, they wanted this kid to be something that he's not gonna be because he's gonna be boring all his life.
Sometimes you just gotta.
He's not good for boxing. It's so funny what you said. That's so true. You're not even in the pound for pound list, and they put this guy number 3. Everybody right now that thinks they're on top, my son is gonna take it over. All right, let's see who's on top 5 years from now. All right, and it's not gonna be this boring kid Shakur. You know what I'm saying?
So there was a few things that happened throughout that interview that I want to go on.
Okay.
One thing there was one point that they made that I totally get. They said, how is it that when Tio beat Loma, he finally got mentioned in the pound for pound list, but then after that, when he beat Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting, at 140.
Josh Taylor.
Yes, your favorite fighter. You always call him a bum. Anyway, when he beats Josh Taylor, he's no longer even mentioned on the pound for pound list by becoming undisputed at his second weight division.
Sure.
But they don't mention that. But then when he loses to Shakur, immediately Shakur gets mentioned top 3 in the pound for pound list.
Okay.
And I kind of get what he's saying. If I'm so good that I elevated to Shakur in the number 3, why wasn't I on the pound for pound list?
Well, I if I'm not mistaken, I thought Shakur was already on a pound for pound, but I thought he was at number 10, 9, or 8. I could be wrong. I thought he was already on there, but I see their point, but I still disagree. I still disagree.
Me too.
Because we do that all the time in boxing. We did it now. Back then, at that moment, did anybody put Kambosos on the pound for pound list when he won against Tio? Did that happen? No, it didn't happen. So his logic works and it doesn't work at the same time.
I also think it's who you fight, when you fight them, and the way you fight them.
Absolutely.
So all that plays a factor into it. And I think the fact that Tio is a good fighter, but Shakur is the worst type of opponent for him. Okay. I just want to say his dad was going, oh, Tio slick. My son don't get hit. And I'm like, Tio's good against people that he's good against. He comes off great. But people that mesh well with him, he's awful for. So, like, he struggled against Jermaine Ortiz. He struggled against Shakur. That's almost like the comparison, totally different fighters, but George Foreman would always beat Joe Frazier 100 times out of 100. They're just bad matchups. And that fight was a bad matchup, but I do think Tio had a chance. And I just think, trainer-wise, his dad let him down. We spoke about it prior to the fight, and I said if Tio could just be active enough, he could steal rounds because Shakur's so boring. Zepeda did it for some rounds. And you said Tio never fights like that, which you ended up being right.
Well, all right, I don't want to be like Tio's dad and get stuck on that fight, but if we talk about the Shakur,
I don't want to argue.
Right. If we talk about the Shakur fight, I feel like they was both right because it is up to the fighter to throw punches. And granted, his father didn't give him the best instruction, but he was telling him one way or another to throw punches.
What instructions?
You gotta hit him, bro. That's the instructions.
You gotta hit him, bro.
Yo, oh my God.
That's instructions.
Yo, man. That was awful. That was awful cornerman, bro. Awful.
If your fighter is not throwing punches and then he comes back to the corner and you tell him, hey, you got to throw punches, that is instructions. If he's not going out there being more active, how do you make him be more active? So I saw both sides to that argument.
You don't go, hey, where's your power, man? You don't do that. You don't. And
are you saying you don't do that to Tio? Because some fighters, if you do the same thing, they get it.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. This is why I said I understood both sides. I think it was on both of them, but I think more so Tio. He didn't throw punches.
I think, nah, man. I think the game plan was trash. It's been trash. I think a while ago, Teddy Atlas said how trash of a trainer his dad is. And maybe his dad is a good trainer. But in game planning, adjustments, or even heading into the fight, you can see the game plans for certain fighters. are garbage.
Okay.
Garbage. And that's also my assessment too. Some of those game plans are awful. Like the game plan for Shakur, garbage.
Okay, I don't know the game plan for Shakur. Obviously,
Yeah, we don't.
No. Right, we don't know the game plan that they had. But let's just say we watched the fight like 2 or 3 times. We did. Let's just say you're in that corner.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we both didn't hear what we probably wanted to hear from Tio's dad. So, what would you have said to I guess to take the onus off of you, and it's more on him now to get it done?
So I think initially my game plan would have been totally different.
Which would have been?
You're going to have to fight like Zepeda. You're going to have to press and you're going to have to move. You're going to have to press and move. When you fight the volume, lot of punches, but you don't stand there and try to outbox him. That's not going to happen. At no point of this fight are you going to outbox him. And it looked like at every point of the fight, he tried to outbox him and counterpunch him.
When you got your father in that moment, when you're bleeding, when they're allowing Shakur to do all these extra things, and you're in there, and you're broken the record for the most attendance in Madison Square Garden. You're this and you're that, and your trainer is not giving you instructions. They're just talking you down. Where's your power?
What happened to your fucking power, bro?
Where's this?
You gotta hit him, bro.
You're gonna hate yourself.
Bro, you're gonna hate yourself, bro.
All roads
You didn't
lead.
box in that
all
fight.
roads, but
Every
do you
time.
not understand?
I'm not even going to argue with you because you're blaming me for it.
Look,
what did you say after the fight? You didn't listen to your father. That's what you said.
Because
right?
I'm an advocate for you. At the end of the day, I'm an advocate
Who's Slick
for you.
Boxer Gordo?
I know who that is. I know who that is.
Then I tell you to
But-
Slick Boxer Gordo.
But who got me there?
Do you think he's too loyal to a fault to his father?
No, I don't understand the question. To what? In reference to what? I don't understand the question.
He's too loyal because at times he's like, this is home team. I'm gonna keep my dad here. This and this.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
So
What do you mean too loyal?
Totally disagree. I think that boxing is something that is a constant state of adjusting.
Okay.
Once you get to the highest level, it's splitting hairs and styles make fights. So you have to start to make adjustments in terms of training camps, in terms of sparring partners, in terms of trainers, game planning, things like that, nutrition, all types of things like that. And there were certain moments that they were talking and they just seemed so out of sync.
Yes.
And I'm always one. For one, I love our friendship because we don't have to agree on anything.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be disrespectful. We can agree to disagree.
Sure.
Like Odyssey was trash. I'm just
No,
saying.
it's not. No, it wasn't. You're not gonna do. Come on now. Hold on now. Stop.
Let me go back to the Tio thing before we go to Odyssey though.
All right.
So I look at him and maybe he's so loyal that his dad got him to that level.
Okay.
But I think that in order for him to move forward and past this, he would have to go with someone else to give him new adjustments, new tricks, new eyes, new communication. Sometimes something as small as communication can make the world of a difference for a fighter actually absorbing the changes. And I felt like their relationship is just too dysfunctional. The father not accepting, but the son's going, hey, this one's on you, and he's like, bro, it's on us.
Okay. Okay.
I still think Shakur wins 10 out of 10 times.
Right.
Stylistically, it's a horrible fight for him, but maybe the fight could have went different had he had a different trainer.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, that's bullshit."
You know, what I think every situation. First of all, let's say every situation is situational. I don't think everything applies to every particular fighter or every particular trainer. But I will say, for the most part, I do think it's 50-50 because, you know, the fighter is in there. The fighter is in there. So not necessarily getting another trainer means anything. I don't mind Teo's dad being there. Maybe he could be an assistant. But this is the disrespect that sometimes coach/father gets. So I'm good enough to get you there. I'm good enough to make you a champion. And now I'm not good enough. So I could understand where, you know, maybe the son who is a fighter has, you know, that real deep loyalty, because it's like, hey, look at where we got together. That does, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's situational. In their case, maybe Teal's dad can, you know, be an assistant coach. Or maybe Teal's dad could just go out of his way and start learning more. Like, it's not too late for him to learn more. So maybe he can start learning more as well.
Yo, that right there, though, I want to piggyback off that.
Yeah.
I was actually training my son, and when I took him to the gym, he wanted to go because I was out of shape.
Okay.
It's hard to keep up with someone. I was almost training him as if I'm a fighter myself, and I'm winded. You know, I'm
right.
old. I'm in my late 30s, 40s at the time when I was training him. And I took him to the gym, and I realized, even though there are guys in there that have had actual boxing careers, I trained, I didn't box. I didn't fight, I sparred. You know, there's huge differences.
Yeah.
But what I noticed is a lot of those guys didn't make adjustments. I would study other trainers and pick up on their techniques and bring it towards my fighters. Meanwhile, I would say something to them and they go, nah. And I noticed not all trainers are the same.
My point is, that's why I think the onus is on both the fighter and the trainer. And like, if the fighter is looked at like maybe he should learn more and advance his style, and you know what I'm saying, I think the trainer should do the same thing.
That's a huge point, man. It's got to be trainers that grow and adjust too. You know, you got to be on the same wave. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I got to steal your wording, man. Who are you going with between Rolly and Teo? It's a two-part question.
Okay.
If Teo loses, is it over?
I'm going with Rolly.
Oof. Shit.
I don't usually pick Rolly, but I think I'm going with Rolly.
Wow.
Wow. If Teo loses, I would say
that's crazy.
I would say he's a half a fight away from becoming a journeyman. I would give him and you know what? I would say if he loses, he's a half a fight away from becoming a journeyman, but it also depends on how he loses.
I was gonna say that too. The only thing is, stylistically, Rolly is made for Teo. Stylistically, Rolly is made for Teo. So if Teo loses, I'm gonna give you the same thing I said with AJ. He will never be champ again.
Okay.
Yeah. If he loses the Rolly, I'm going Teo. And I'm going Teo impressively.
Impressively? Wow.
Yes. It's gonna look as bad as he made Josh Taylor look. Okay.
I'm going with Rolly.
I'm going Teo, unanimous decision, man. And if he loses, it might be over.